when I joined sport at the age of 16, they told me the people are asking me, what are you going to do after 30? At that age itself. यार मैं 15 साल का बच्चा हूँ, आप मुझे को पूछ रहे हो कि what are you going to do after 30, because sport is only after 30, only up to 30. So that's the mentality people have put you into it.
So we begin this podcast with a $1 million question, that is, what's your definition of success?
Having incremental growth every day at your whatever you do is success to me. Like performing the same activities with growth, with other enthusiasm every day, improving yourself at every point of life, like from day in day out. That is success to me, definitely, and it will lead you to reach your goals.
So it is basically the incremental changes in all areas of your life when it comes to your physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. But that daily incremental changes, you have to give time for all the areas in your life.
Yeah, definitely, you have to tick all the boxes every day so that you get to your goal.
So how did this journey started in your life? Like, how did you get into athletics? What was your journey like? What inspired you to get into sports?
Like my father played a very important role for me to join sports, as he was quite strong. I always looked up to my father, so that like the physique he had, the like my grandmother used to tell a lot about my father playing sports and all, show his certificates and all those things. That played a very important role. That, or you always like being a kid, you always look up to your father, like I want to be like him, I want to be strong like him. And he was always working. If we had on Sundays also, he was like at least playing something or going to farm and doing stuff. And from there he had a lot of interest in cricket, so I started watching cricket with him. And I still remember, like 5 years old, and it's 2003 World Cup. Like I am like so into it that in the finals when Tendulkar got out, I knew that we are going to lose this, and I was crying that day. So as soon as when Sachin Tendulkar got out, I still remember that shot. He played a hook shot, and Meghana took the catch. So I can't forget, like Sachin Tendulkar played a very important role. I always followed him. Yeah. So my father, and then I started watching cricket a lot. So from there it started.
When did you start competing?
Competing, I started from 12 itself.
Like when you were 12 years old?
Yeah.
And you started playing also when you
Directly you
were...
go for competitions.
You did... how does that work?
I don't know how does that work, but it just worked fine for me.
No, I mean...
Like when you are in a technical sport like cricket and all, it took me a year. Okay, so from 6th to 7th I started playing. But running is like running, man. You just go, stand and run. You don't have any techniques. You don't have anything. Athletics is not termed as a very technical sport, but it is a technical sport. Like everything matters. But at the beginning, right, I coming from a background where I was working in farm, I was running here and there, very active lifestyle. So I had that dynamics, I guess. I had that strength. I had that all those uh, factors which are important. So from beginning itself, I had that running dynamics. I had like fair amount of strength also. So I was easily moving. So that didn't matter much. But yeah, like I didn't know to sit on blocks. I was just started working out and covering up all those things which I...
It is a technical sport. Obviously all sports are technical, but when you said like we just went and we ran, we don't know what happened. Like we didn't know that we were turning professional, but then I just went and I ran the race. But later you also mentioned that this athletics is a technical sport. So for our listeners who come from a non-sporting background, or for the people who are not into athletics, how would you tell them, like, athletics is a technical sport? What does it mean being a technical?
Yeah. So right away from sitting on the blocks, the angle you sit in, the angle you are moving in. So you're coming from ground itself. So the angle should be at a particular degree itself, so that you get that acceleration, and your stride length shouldn't be max at the start. So you gradually catch your stride length. All those things, how you're at what angle are you attacking the ground, what angle your hip is uh, inclined to the ground. So all these factors play a lot of role. So like these microseconds and all those are covered in these factors. How you approach your race, how you structure your race, all those things also are important, because you can't go all in all out for everything. So how you structure your race and all those factors play a very important role. How you swing your hands, how each and every body part plays a very important role. So you have to correct your alignments, you have to correct the way you're attacking the ground, all those factors.
Mm. Like that is nice, the way you put it, the technical fact, because people just be like, huh, like people look at the movie today, like Bhag Milka Bhag, or they watch those movies and be like,
Hmm.
huh, dod raha hai. But when you just mentioned all those technical aspects play a very important role, and it is like details matter in sports. You still have a job opportunity of getting into very good state, and you can have a full-fledged kind of job, but then you also have that, I like to call that word as a kida, which you already mentioned earlier. So you have
Yeah.
that kida and you can nahi mere ko sports karna hai, because you don't want to regret at a certain point in your life that I gave up on something that I love, because that's very close to your heart. Sports is very close to your heart. So what do you have to say about what's happening in your life right now, and then age is
Yeah.
just a number? What are your thoughts?
You have to just make sure that what are the things you want in life. It may be anything. You choose playing a sport, or you don't choose playing a sport. It's that simple. So other day I was telling you, like there's an athlete friend of mine, senior athlete friend of mine.
Mm.
He represented India. He recently he was in camp. He just came outside the camp right now. So he had some injury. So he came outside the camp, and he told that like after 3 years I might go and quit it. Like he being in that level and he saying that thing was a bit shocking for me. But the thing is that he told me, when I joined sport at the age of 16, they told me, what are you going to, the people are asking me, what are you going to do after 30, at
Mm.
that age itself. आई एम यार, मैं 15 साल का बच्चा हूँ, तुम मेरे को आप मेरे को पूछ रहे हो कि व्हाट आर गोइंग टू डू आफ्टर 30, बिकॉज स्पोर्ट इज ओनली आफ्टर 30,
Mm.
up to 30.
Mm.
So that's the mentality people have put you into it. But you see people like Shailen Fraser running her personal best at the age of 38. We have a lot of people playing sport at the age of 40, 42, and they are doing
Mm.
exceptionally well.
Yeah.
That this is just incredible, because it's just about the mindset.
Mm.
Your what mindset you put yourself into it.
Mm.
So you have to just prioritize your things. You have to, might be you have to put a lot of effort right now, but eventually it will pay off.
Mm.
Definitely it will pay off. There was pressure from my home, like you have to work, you have to think about settlement in life. So I chose the both things, because I wanted both things in life. I can't leave sport, and I can't take my life for granted in terms of finances and all those things. So I took both things simultaneously. Yeah, it is tough. It is incredibly tough when it comes to workout, when you have to manage your load. But you understand it's a long process, and you just follow a particular path which you have designed for yourself.
Mm.
So uh, at a point where you get a choice to choose sport or not, it's not situational. It's not अरे मेरे पास मेरे साथ ये हो गया, मेरे साथ वो हो गया, मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम है, मेरे साथ वो प्रॉब्लम है. It's about what solution you choose for that
Mm.
particular problem.